Hey there, I'm Jan from Lumnio and I am here today with a video about work instructions. The work instructions in Lumnio are really powerful, but that also means they can't be covered in just one video. So this one is going to be just an overview to get yourself familiar with the interface and the basic principles. In the following videos, we'll build on that knowledge and go more in depth so you can become a true Lumnio professional. But more on that later. In this video, we're going to focus on the content creator's dashboard. I'll show you around the work instructions interface and tell you how versions and publishing work. So let's get to it. We'll begin on the dashboard, like always. But if you've seen our previous lessons, you'll notice things look a bit different here. That's because we're on the content creator dashboard, as you can see on this switcher up top. This dashboard is focused on the needs of people creating work instructions and other types of content. Up on the quick action row, there's a shortcut for creating work instructions directly, and also some more helpful shortcuts and filters. Below that is a recent activity panel. What you can find there is pretty self-explanatory. Next to it is a graph showing which of your work instructions are getting the most usage. And below that is another graph showing your track record. Now, how do we create some new work instructions? We could, and probably should, click the button from the Quick Actions panel. But this is a tutorial, so I am going to show you yet another way to do that. Switch to the Storage tab in the main menu, and you'll find yourself in the Team Storage. Here, you can pick a folder to place your new work instructions in. If you want to create a new folder, click this button up here, and as you can see, you can not only add folders, but also new work instructions. But we'll cover creating new work instructions in the next video. In this one, we'll open some that have already been created. Let's select the instructions called Return the Company Car. First, let's take a look at the Preview tab. Here you can see how your work instructions look when people use them. You can click through all the steps, change the language, and even look at previous versions. This is very useful when fine-tuning the work instructions to look the best on mobile devices. Next, we have the Editor tab. This is where you build your work instructions. To edit, you first have to create a draft of a new version if there isn't one already. Once you do that, you can edit the cards below. The first one is called the title page. This is where all the basic info about your work instructions lives. You can add a description, estimated duration, or a thumbnail image. Under this card, you can find a space for requirements, things people doing the work will need to complete the instructions. That can be a tool, consumable, or additional people. But more on that later. Next, let's dive into sections and steps. This card here is called a section. It groups several steps together and makes your work more organized. A section should be a bigger chunk of work, like changing oil in a car or checking the tire pressure, while steps should describe individual actions like unscrewing the lid or reading a value from a gauge. And every section needs steps, of course. You can choose from many types like text, input, or another work instructions. And we'll cover those in the next chapter, so stay tuned. Now let's take a look at the step itself. Every step can be configured with its own content on the left, and most steps can have media too. That's on the right. You can also add requirements and visibility rules to show or hide steps based on various types of data. As you can see, this guide contains several sections. If we wanted to add another one, we could click this plus button down here. And by now, you have probably noticed this whole panel that contains the table of contents. You can use it to drag and drop stuff to reorder or to move around your large work instructions quickly. If this seems a bit complicated, don't worry. It's not the simplest, but it's very powerful. And we'll go through it step by step in the next video, where we'll create work instructions of our own. Next is the Translation tab. Here you can translate your work instructions into many supported languages. You can do it manually for each field, translate the field using AI, or translate the whole work instructions automatically using AI. And the last tab manages your links. Here you can see which equipment, types and sites reference this work instruction file. or you can assign those links manually. So when you're ready and happy with what you created, save your work and press the publish button to create a new version that is ready to be used by your workers. And don't worry, you can always roll this back. But we'll take a look at that in another lesson. Anyways, that's the basics covered. So let's recap what we've learned today. We explored the content creator's dashboard, learned about the work instructions interface, and found out how versions and publishing work. I hope you enjoyed this Lumnio lesson, and I'll see you in the next one where we'll try creating our own work instructions from scratch. So thanks for watching and stay tuned for that one.